Hey everybody, welcome back to Tactile Carry. What we're looking at today is what some knife makers out of China call the Pterosaur or the Overlord Dinosaur or flying reptile, whatever you want to call it. This is a clone. I didn't know that when I first bought it. I've recently found out this is a clone of the original EMP, Everyman's Pocket Knife. That's the company name. Nymble, N-Y-M-B-L-E. I'll include a link to the original in the description. The original Nymble is designed by John Rusk. This is an American-based design, the original. He's the designer behind the entire Nymble T-series. So they're designed in the US, physically manufactured and built in China by QSP. QSP, the same maker of the Penguin. So this guy has a thumb hole opening, front flipper, I don't use that, and a rear flipper. That's my preferred method of deployment. It's super smooth, there is no blade play at all, and good lockup on the frame lock. So the specs on this Pterosaur. Total length when opened, just over 7 inches, 7.05 inches. The blade length itself is 3.07 inches. That handle's just under 4 inches, let's just call it 4 inches, right? And it's supposed to be coming in right at 4 ounces. Does it? Let's find out. And we're being told 4 ounces on the dot, and we get 3.99. I'm fine with that. That's good enough for government work. So let's take a look at a close-up view of the clip side. So there's our frag pattern. Really nice craftsmanship for sure. It's that stonewashed or weathered look to it as well. There's our M390 blade steel and the secondary edge at the end, which is actually a sharpened edge, and the show side with no clip. There we go. And then let's do a top-down profile view showing the clip backspacer and, the jimping about half the length of the spine. And the only view we haven't seen yet, which shows the M390 marking. And this is actually M390. Sometimes you'll see a marking that says blade steel that it isn't actually representing. So some basic cut tests. Let's first try paper. Are we going to get through paper with this factory edge? And the answer is yes. 2, 3. Nice. Okay. So, yeah, I'm confident that this is sharp, but let's take it a step further and cut some irrigation tubing. So this is the 1/2 inch poly drip, the same stuff you get from Lowe's or Home Depot. It's sort of like a rubberized plastic. So let's see if this is something we can actually use for real work in the yard, if we're doing any irrigation work, and it cuts through just fine. I wouldn't call that razor sharp, but it's definitely something we can use for real work. And that secondary edge is also sharp. All right. So you get this different leverage action if you're using that secondary edge. So 2 options, the belly or the secondary edge. And then zip ties. What kind of cutting action are we going to get with zip ties? Oh, yes. So that secondary blade at the top and the belly blade works just fine. The original design by EMP goes for about $300 if you're lucky enough to find one. And these high-quality replicas, M390 steel, there are several different brands and makers that you'll find on AliExpress. And a good deal is about $100, sometimes a little under $100. So if you're interested, check the description for links. Will I be doing a comparison between these replicas and the originals? And the answer's unlikely. A, I don't want to spend that much on a blade, sorry. B, they're always sold out. So they are limited runs and you're relegated to the secondary market, which sometimes bumps the price up even more, which I'm not interested in. So if you envision yourself with this knife, you need to know how it's going to fit in your pocket, right? Are you a jeans person? You a shorts person? Do you mix it up? What time of year is it for you? Who knows? So the Pterosaur in cargo shorts, back pocket, I don't think we're going to have any issues, and we don't have any snags either. So it is readily accessible. And the front pocket, it is sliding in just fine. It is not bottoming out, so that is a viable option as well. And that little change pocket, this is always the wild card here. Nice and deep, and it does not encroach on my belt, which is good. So that is a viable carry pocket for me, that little change pocket. And jeans. So these are Levi 511s. I don't think that really matters. It could be 501s, 505s, back pocket, just fine. And I'll tell you what, it's not sagging. It's not too heavy where it's pulling down the edge of my pocket. So front pocket also good. And this little watch pocket or change pocket, I'd be surprised. Most knives give me a problem up here. So change pocket, oof, that's very close. If I was dead set on using that little change pocket, I could, but it's very close to getting. So if anybody's thinking of putting a lanyard on this and you have a lanyard hole, what color are we going with? What color bead are we going with? Here's an orange, that's like a safety orange. That doesn't look terrible. I mean, it really makes it pop or makes it more noticeable if that's what you're after. So here's red. Yeah, it looks all right. I mean, red with a black bead maybe could look pretty cool. And khaki, that actually looks pretty good. I like that. That khaki with a black bead, I think would look really nice. Black on black. That could work as well if we maybe accent with like a silver bead maybe. Yeah, I mean, if we're going stealth, that could also work. Here's that glow in the dark. You won't see it glowing in the dark, but it does, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it lasts maybe an hour tops. And then the next one is actually another white glow in the dark. But the funny thing is, I believe they look the same in the dark when they're glowing. So one's white, one's like a chartreuse or yellow. The link in the description if you're interested. And the final answer, the verdict. Oh, well, I talked it up enough, and I did go with the black paracord with a black and silver bead. I'm happy the way it turned out, but to be honest with you, that orange would have worked, that red would have worked, that khaki would have worked. And it's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Let's stick her in a log. Boom.